Terrific. Yeah, I'd just like to thank yourself, Owen and Tiernan and the IEH Conference Committee for the invitation today to speak on behalf of LAWPRO. So for people who may not be familiar with the Local Authority Waters Programme, or LAWPRO, I just want to quickly explain who we are. So as we're formerly known as the Local Authority Waters and Communities Office, and we're a shared service, and we incorporate a new way of working with local government through regional structures, but we have a bottom-up approach to our core work that's on the ground. So our structure is a community waters team, established in 2016. We have 13 community water officers and 3 regional managers, and our key role is engagement, community engagement, and stakeholder engagement, and agency support. And on the other side of the team, we have a catchment assessments team where we have 37 scientific staff. I suppose what led to us being established, there were significant criticisms on the first cycle of the River Basin Management Plan from 2009 to 2015. Mainly around the lack of public participation. So since then, since 2016, LAWPRO have been coordinating and implementing the second River Basin Management Plan on behalf of local authorities, 31 local authorities. And this is done by supporting national, regional, and local actions and raising awareness, investigating water quality issues, mainly in PAAs, priority areas for action. And we aim to, I suppose, engage and empower communities in promoting good water stewardship. So local community engagement is a cornerstone of our work. This is done, we're based nationally across 12 offices. And I suppose if you look back, where we came from in the first place will be, I suppose, the overall objective of the EU Water Framework Directive. And its approach will be for state agency and local authorities to work together, and the involvement of all water users. So giving a voice for communities is a very important part of that. And this is done in Ireland through the River Basin Management Plans. So public participation is a key element of the Water Framework Directive, and it's set out in Article 14. Just quickly to have a quick look at the evolution of the River Basin Management Plans in Ireland. We had our 5 districts, I think it was, back in 2009 to 2015, and we've since then worked through the 2018 to 22 second cycle River Basin Management Plan. Of course, these are all national plans now in order to store and protect good water quality in our rivers, lakes, estuaries, groundwaters, and coastal waters. So at the moment, there's the draft plan is out there on the government website, and the public consultation process has ended on it, and we hope to have that plan finalised. The department to publish it later this year. So collaboration between public services, I suppose, in order to achieve this good collaboration and good work together for better water management, it's a multi-agency approach. And LAWPRO are here to help achieve this and coordinate this work. And our core objective is to, I suppose, develop this state agency, stakeholder, and community engagement in water quality management under the River Basin Management Plan. So at a regional level, this includes formal engagement with regional management and operational committees. And at a local level, this entails direct, I suppose, local engagement and support for local community groups. So the LAWPRO's community engagement approach is primarily the responsibility of 13 community water officers. And we go out there and we proactively engage local groups who are interested in protecting or enhancing their local water environment. And this is undertaken by 2 main methods. So promoting water quality awareness and supporting collaboration and supporting and collaborating on water quality actions. So there's other, I suppose, engagement methods as well. Of course, we would correspond to the local authorities and with participation networks, to local groups and citizens. We undertake water quality related webinars, conferences, and publishments. We target annual local events, and I suppose we're out there. We're trying to, I suppose, proactively get involved or get people involved in water management. So these practices are ultimately aimed at better awareness and understanding of the benefits of healthy waters. So some examples of these are the annual Communities Caring for Water conference, and in association with our partners in the Rivers Trust. We also have resources support for this year. We've Eco Showboat, which has 19 events from May to September this year. And this is a picture of the launch back at Water Heritage last August. Other initiatives, I suppose, in local communities. An example here is the barrier mitigation program that's been started up in County Wicklow, and it's a collaboration between the East Wicklow Rivers Trust, 4 local landowners, Wicklow County Council, and it's supported by Inland Fisheries National Parks. LAWPRO. There's the picture on site where we're trying to mitigate out this, I suppose, this bridge apron, which is causing a huge barrier to migratory species, aquatic species. And we also attend local climate, say, and biodiversity events or river events. And this is one here. It's a picture from one attended in Belmount de Monts in Bray in March. So other examples, I suppose, we have developed new infographics and publishments to show groups what water quality actions, because it's one of the main questions we get asked. What can we do? What can we do in our local areas? We're developing, I suppose, information and publishments, infographics to help show how they can take action locally, and local groups can do that. And Stories from the Water side then was back in 2020. Was a great publishment separating Ireland's water bodies, and is followed up by 2 national waterside storytelling events over the last in 2021 and 2022. Sorry, and there's I suppose we lead out on the Blue Dot programme for Clean Waters in local communities and with stakeholders and state agencies. And there's also the Green Club initiative, which we're a part of as well, partners. I suppose a significant body of our work in LAWPRO is developed through the Community Water Development Fund. And this fund was first introduced in 2018. It's from the, I suppose, it was introduced following a business case to the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. And the aims of the fund, I suppose the main aims are to build community capacity, mobilise community action in water stewardship, and to raise awareness about biodiversity, water quality. So the Community Water Development Fund is, I suppose, delivered through 4 mechanisms. So these are, as you can see, there's an open call, which is the largest of the funds. There's some funds there for innovative projects and studies. There's a local awareness fund for community water officers to build capacity locally. And there's an administration and of operational costs given to Rivers Trust and catchment associations to help cover their, I suppose, annual costs. So as I said, the open call is the vast majority of the fund, and invites applications from community groups that mainly in 2 areas that demonstrate direct water quality actions and or water quality awareness benefits. So the map just shows there the 2021 I suppose grants awarded, and you can see there's quite a large spread there throughout the country. So since 2018, the applications for this open call are sought through have risen over a number of years. So you can see 69 back in 2018 has now risen to 155 in 2021, and this year there's 200. It's just over 200. So in total, there's been 447 between 2018 and 2021. And there's been 3 million sought in grant aid. So the process is involved from an online application process into a mainly online application process, And this has certainly allowed a more efficient administration and evaluation of the fund. There has been, I suppose, a significant increase in grants offered, but we are still quite steady on, I suppose, grants awarded to tidy towns and residents associations, which make up around 50%. And also similarly with, I suppose, groups who look at specifically at river habitat and water quality, which would be your river trusts and your angling associations. They would be, well, there's a slight increase there from 14 to 16%. So these are a selection of community actions outlined in RPS's review of the Community Water Development Fund from 2018 to 2021. So it's shown that, I suppose, this review has shown that strengthening engagement with local community in relation to our national waters is being conducted and is helping to facilitate behavioural and attitudinal change in relation to the management of water resources. And also a survey carried out by the ERSI in January 22 shows evidence that the Community Water Development Fund is associated with better public engagement on water management issues. This survey also has found that I suppose the fund is also helping and groups who are going for repeat grants from us are much more likely to engage with public and private sector stakeholders and also participate in the River Basin Management planning process. I suppose if just to show you that this year, I suppose a little insight into the Community Water Development Fund this year so far, have been confirmed as 202 applications, and this is undergoing internal scientific and external assessment currently. And I suppose it's important to note here, there's over $1 million being sought in grant aid, whereas we only have $500,000 budget to give out. So just picked out one example here of a community action. Delegate in Tidy Towns have been working with us since 2018 through the fund. They've done terrific work interacting with the Greystones Brownies, local schools. They've undertaken webinars, they've undertaken river cleanups, they've undertaken citizen science along the river, and basically they're actively helping protect it from pollution. I'd just like to say congrats on winning the Water and Communities Award for last year. Another vital part of our public engagement is taken during Heritage Week. So it's an intrinsic part of LAWPRO's calendar, and it's first started back in 2017 with the Heritage Council. So this table here just shows, I suppose, water heritage events by year since 2017 to 2021, and it shows there is an increasing number of water heritage events. And this picture is just a picture of an event, such an event, down in Inch, County Wexford, by a Hare River and Biodiversity Group. So water is a heritage. So CWOs practically encourage and help organise these events with community groups around the country so they can get involved in celebrating the water heritage and explore our connection with water. So often this is done through the arts. And this targeted approach, I suppose, invites people locally and nationally to celebrate our relationship with water and brings a national focus on water. It reinforces the message from the Water Framework Directive also, most importantly, that water is not a commercial product like any other, but is a heritage that needs protection. And just to note that the Heritage Week for 2022 runs from the 13th to the 21st of August. So please note that in the calendar, and Water Heritage Day is the 21st of August. So look out on the Heritage website for an event near you. So just to touch on involving public consultation. So in the second cycle of River Basin Management Plan consultation in 2017, this was undertaken, I suppose, by community water officers leading out on face-to-face public meetings at a local authority municipal district level. And this This was hugely successful in the eyes of the department, and got a high level of submissions on the draft plan at the time. Unfortunately, the public meetings, obviously, this time around on the third cycle of our Basin Management Plan public consultation, which started back at the end of September and ran until March. Because of the COVID pandemic, of course, we needed to evolve and change our approach. So in order to this, we did this consultation online, and of course we had to, I suppose, get out there and advertise these online meetings as it's absolutely essential to get the vital public input and submissions to strengthen the plan. So as I said, it was undertaken online via public meetings. You can see here we had quite a high number of registrants, and less so in attendees, but still quite very high number of attendees, an average of 19 per meeting. And the highest was 44 attendees, I think, over in Galway. So I suppose at a local level, these were aimed at PPNs and catchment levels, I suppose in geographical area. Also, I suppose to note that there was an online virtual consultation room, which hugely helped with providing explanatory videos and the Basin Management Plan summaries and an online submissions portal. So I suppose it wasn't just, I suppose, online. We did get out there on local radios, and we're on local papers, articles in local papers and national papers on this as well. So this combined approach, I suppose, was all part of getting the high number of, I suppose, attendees at these meetings. And just another way of showing that, I suppose, was the breakdown here by county. So this is the national summary we've put together. So this combined approach basically has worked pretty well, and I suppose it's a new way of public consultation, we feel. I suppose the success was certainly in part due to the online advertising, as shown by our social media stats here. We had a reach of over 1 million people, with quite a modest budget. And you might have seen this flash up on your own social media, perhaps. These were the type of ads that would have been in your stories or along your feed on social media. So just to touch back onto the virtual consultation room, it really did help, I suppose, get people aware of the Basin Management Plan through videos and quick summaries of the plan, and allowed online submissions. So the LAWPRO compiled all the submissions that were given to us to the department to ensure, of course, that local communities did have a say in decision making on the final plan. So to conclude, proactive, so as we're raising awareness of people and providing information is vitally important to addressing public participation and water literacy challenges across Ireland. It's a vital step in order to mobilise community action on local water quality challenges and increase public participation in development plans, especially coming up as we have integrated catchment management plans, which are to be, I suppose, there's 46 of them across the 46 hydrometric areas to be developed in the coming months and years. So to conclude, proactive community engagement from LAWPRO has sought to raise awareness and capacity of local communities to enable them to improve their local water environment through our support. Success to date is borne out in the growing number of groups who are attending and organising meetings and events, and also undertaking projects that are focused on caring, protecting and enhancing their local water environment. So for more information, please go to lawater study, and thank you for your attention.